Greetings, fellow noobs. I keep waiting for the red numbers, the red FPS numbers to flash so I know Fraps is actually recording. And it's so annoying when it doesn't do it right away, so I don't know if it's recording, and so nice, all these things are... What's up, y'all? Welcome to NuubCast! This is Blamus, and we are sporting a 1v1 here on Jungle Basin between Catatonia. Catatonia? Yeah, Catatonia. I'm gonna go with Catatonia. Catatonia as the red Protoss, and Noruud as the blue Terran. We have an early scout for Catatonia, wants to check out what his counterpart is doing, and Noruud is blocking off his expansion ramp, which is a pretty good and a growing strategy because of the destructible rocks on this map, and particularly if you're going to play one base and not do much down here, you just block off this ramp as you block off this ramp, and you have equal protection. And Catatonia gets his scout off, sees there's no gas thus far and only a barracks. Not that that's going to be that helpful at this point in the game, because he's just got one pylon and one gateway, and that's all you can really have at 2.5 minutes into the game. If you were to have gas this early, then you would, I mean prior to this moment, which is the appropriate time to get gas, and both players are getting gas. But before 2.5 minutes, if you've got gas, then you're probably Zerg, and you want to get that early link speed. Oh, and Noruud drops Catonia's scouting probe. As we get into the action here, I just want to take yet another opportunity to plug GOMTV in the GSL. Group C, I think I talked about Group C last time. Got to check those games out. And again, just recently watched Group D, I think it was. And just another great set of games. Jinro versus OGSMC. Sick game. Oh, go watch it. Go watch it right away. And support esports. Get on board. Pay your $10. It's easily the best $10 you'll spend on this season of GSL. So Yar. I'm not going to say anything else about that, as we see the second racks and the wall off completed here by Noruud, and we have a second racks and the warp gate tech being production tab, woo! Before 5 minutes, yeah. Third gateway down for Catatonia. If I had to guess, I'd say he was going for 3-gate robo. Which is, as you know, my favorite Protoss build, but I do it much differently than Catatonia is doing, if he is in fact going for the 3-gate robo. I prefer to go 1-gate robo and then follow it up, because then I can have, by the time my second and third gateway are down and producing, I've already got at least 2 immortals out, and at the normal push time, and it is about 6.5–7 minutes, I can have 3 immortals, usually about 3 immortals, and a couple stalkers, a couple zealots, and maybe even a sentry or 2 by that time. But you get the second gas after you get your cybercore, so you can support all those very gaseous units. Catatonia grabbing that Zelnaga tower, and he looks like he's going a Marauder heavy bio build, which is good normally against Protoss if you're seeing a Stalker heavy Protoss build. But if you're not seeing a Stalker heavy Protoss build, which it looks like we're going to see Immortals, if you, let me just say this for Terran players, if you scout the Protoss base, which Noruud is not doing, if you scout and see an Immortal or see even a Robotics Bay, your best bet is to go light on Marauders and get as many Marines as you can, because Marines cream Immortals, and you will just dominate in a straight-up match where you'll force the Protoss to go early Colossus, which will actually really tends to handicap Protoss player from getting any other units. So at least it'll be really hard. Maybe a few Zealots, but if you can get see if now this force right here might be pretty good, but if he gets even one Immortal out by the time that force gets there, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. It looks like he might even be going for the back door, or just, no, his forces got split. They're going to meet each other at the ramp over here. And this is a 1.2 game, which, by the way, I don't think it really affects anything in this matchup in particular, because we're going to not going to see, well, at least no Void Rays yet. Sent up that scouting Marine. He's got his observer out watching this army. Going to see them come in. Going to want to force field. What are you doing? No, 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 no. Bad force field. Bad, bad, bad force field. See, he's just going to march right up. Yeah, another not great force field, because those units can kind of get through there. Well, I guess they can't because they're Marauders. Marines could have gotten through. But anywho's, not terrible, not terrible, not the greatest. I would have liked to see a better force field sooner, splitting that Terran army up and keeping only half of them from firing. Basically, they engaged the full army there, even though there was, and they really, you know, you want to take advantage of the spaces. You know, if you're on top and this army's coming up this choke, you want to have guys over here, you want to have them over here, so you can get kind of a concave against those incoming units. And that is not exactly what happened. Catonia's expansion is up and getting saturated. No expansion as of yet for Norud, which is going to put him at a significant economic disadvantage, particularly if we see a Robo Bay. No Robo Bay. We do see a Twilight Council and a 4th Gateway, which is cool. I'd like to see more production facilities, either a second Robo base, a second Robo facility, I'm sorry, or not just one gateway, but 2 or 3 gateways. Again, per base, you have a certain number of production facilities that you can support financially, and these Marauders are, I assume, got to be unseen by, yeah, if he looked over here he would see them blasting away, but he can't see them right now. And Caesarinex, who you may recall seeing play here a lot of times, he said that, and I kind of agree with him, that there's a kind of like a 4-point system that you can use when deciding how many production facilities, and I don't know if it's original with him or if he's the first person to think of it or what, but per base you get 4 points. A gateway is 1 point, a Robo Bay is 1.5 points, and a Stargate is 2 points. So when you get that second base, you can get 2 gates and another Robo, or three more gates and another Robo, or you can get a couple of Stargates, or you see some photon cannons going down, which means the forge is up. I didn't see the forge go up. We got a Robo Bay finally coming down. There's their forge. Charge is almost finished for the Zealots. When you have a mix like this, it's actually, whenever I have a mix like this, and we see the Terran army coming in, but whenever I have a mix army like this, as you see the Protoss has, and he's not scouting this, so Narud's going to basically walk right up here and do some serious damage, because he also has a nice mix. But whenever I have a nice mix like this, I never can decide which upgrade to get first in my Twilight Council, whether I should get Blink or Charge. I really love Zealots with Charge, especially if I'm getting Colossus, which I don't see any Colossus down yet, but the Bay is almost finished. Good number of Immortals, going to be able to do lots of damage. And there's this is a very good mix for Protoss. And if Norud decides to charge that ramp again, I'm going